What's going on, good people? Welcome back to another episode of Wayne Presents, sponsored by Promarketize. Don't just advertise, Promarketize. As always, I'm your host, B. Wayne, and I'm here today with Tiwana. What's going on, Tiwana?
Hello, how you doing today?
Doing very well, thank you. I appreciate you and I have been corresponding back and forth for a minute now. I'm glad I finally get a chance to meet you.
Same here.
Are you enjoying your week so far?
Oh yeah,
Any big plans for the weekend, or you just chilling?
I'm just chilling. Well, I might go hang out with
Okay.
a friend girl I hadn't seen in a while, so we might link up.
Okay, well, cool. So I'll go ahead and let everybody know that we may have a couple of additional guests joining us at some point in this segment. Maybe, maybe not. We may have some guest appearances by some friends of Tawana. Isn't that right?
Right.
So we'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and get started. Tawana, go ahead and tell everybody your age and where you're located.
I am 51 years young. I'm in Conyers, Georgia.
So Conyers is closer to Savannah or closer to Atlanta?
Atlanta. It's the
Closer
outskirts.
to it?
Yeah, it's the outskirts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're,
How long
we're,
have you been sent?
we're close to Lithonia, if you ever heard of Lithonia.
I have heard a lot on it. I have.
That's my
How long
neighbor.
have you been? That's your neighbor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're right there beside Latham.
Yes.
Okay, I dig it. I dig it. How long have you been single?
A little over a year.
Okay. Have you been dating since that time, during that time?
Yes.
What's it been like?
It's rough. I mean, it's yeah, it's rough. Everybody got baggage and people lie, just got to cipher through the bull.
What's been the most interesting or difficult aspect of dating since you put yourself back out there?
Trying to decipher if it's bull BS or not. Is this person telling the truth? Or, trying to learn someone all over, their ways and whatnot. Do you want to deal with it? That type of deal.
Have you met guys in person? Guys, do we still approach in person or is it all pretty much online?
Both. Both.
Okay. What tends to work out better, or it's just they both kind of been the same end result for you so far?
In person works best, the natural way, but it,
Yeah.
it, it always still ends up they either have somebody or in between the relationship and still, don't know what they want. You know,
Frustrating.
yeah,
It's frustrating.
yes, it is.
Believe me, I understand. And it's not, hey, look, I know a lot of y'all ladies think that it's only one-sided, like that guys don't go through some of the same things that y'all deal with, dealing with women who are fake, women who are phony, women who are unhealthy, toxic, dysfunctional, women who don't know what they want, women who are out there playing the field. We deal with a lot of the same issues that y'all do.
Mm.
So you may be surprised. I don't know. I know a lot of women think that all women are good and all guys are whatever. Like, you're not that type, though, are you? It's a lot of that going around, but it's all good. Let's talk a little bit more about you. Let's talk about some of your what do you find yourself, what are you interested in? What do you do for fun? What do you do to relax? What do you do that makes you happy?
I am an artist, a creator. I paint, I draw, I decorate along that line. I like, doing those things of that nature. Makes it calms me. I like it. I did this painting right here.
I was about to ask if that was some of your work right there.
Yeah,
Very dope.
thank
Very
you.
dope. How
So
long have you been in artistry? Is that something you just kind of done all your life or something you started like in the
all my
second
life,
chapter of your life?
I
Okay.
got a hairdresser, um, a You know how we are as Black women. We do everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
many talents.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I feel like
So that
the
repeat that. Sometimes you feel like what now?
the man and the woman.
Okay.
You get
That's an interesting comment. That's an
yeah,
interesting comment. What do you mean by that?
just like in my relationship. Let me say that, you know,
Okay.
for their lack of. So I feel like I have to play both roles, like you know, and I just got tired of it, and I'll be my own. I change my tire, I check my oil, things of that nature.
I assume that's not something you want to get back involved with again at this point in your life.
Heck no.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
I could do all of that, I'd just stay by myself.
Have you had the time that you feel like you needed to heal since your last relationship? Was it necessary for you to heal?
No, because the thing about that, we were drifting apart and as we were still together. So we knew it was just coming to an end.
Right.
And I was grown about it. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good. It just taught me, and I've been in long relationships all my life. So um I'm ready to kick it in another gear, in a sense, date myself for a while, in a sense, get a date here and there, but at the same time, learn to be by myself and love to be by myself. I enjoy myself. So I'm good.
Well, that's always a blessing. That's always a good thing. I think there are too many people out here looking for love and they don't love themselves. I think that's a major issue that I've seen with some of the ladies that I've come across on on dating apps, especially.
Yes.
I didn't know if that was something that men had going on as well or not.
Yes, I love myself. And that's where it starts. I love me. And I don't like
How are
drama.
you able? Neither do I. How were you able to get to that point of loving yourself, or that's just never been an issue or concern for you?
I demand because I'm a good person, and I feel like what I put out I should receive it. And when I'm not receiving it, I'm not gonna tolerate it. We get tired. And when I'm tired, I'm tired. I'm done. That's how I am. I try to give, lenience or whatever, give them a chance, in other words. And it's, how they do, they'll change for a little while and then they go back to their selves. It's hard being something you're not. So
If you were to get involved with someone, who would be the type of guy, like what would his qualities and characteristics be, the type of guy that you would be interested in getting to know?
tall, creative, adventurous, open-minded, a go-getter. Um, Someone who just likes to stay active because I don't consider myself a lazy person or just like to, you know, not do nothing all the time. Just watch TV. I don't want him to be that or play games. No, um, yeah, and handsome. That helps.
Gotta have something to look at.
Yeah,
You need to
something
have something to look at.
off on the eyes.
All right.
Yeah, and
Do you have? Go ahead.
someone, if his mom's still alive, someone that respects his mom. That means a lot. Family oriented as well.
Do you intend to get married?
Yeah.
at some point, or
Again,
get married again at some point?
I would love to. This is it. This will be my person, my forever person.
So I'm glad to see that your previous relationship hasn't spoiled you on the idea of marriage.
Yeah, because
A lot of people,
everybody's not alike.
right,
I do know that. With the two long relationships I have had, everybody's not alike.
right. What do you think has surprised you the most? What actually, let me say this. What have you learned about yourself and about men in your time that you have been single?
Repeat that.
What have you learned that surprised you the most, right? About either yourself or about men or about dating since you've been single? What have you learned that surprised you the most?
What I've learned, uh, as far as myself, I've learned that I can do this. I don't need a man to take care of me. I don't I can do this alone. I can do this. Um, that's what I learned. You know, being strong willed, I would say I can do this with or without. Surprisingly, in the other part of your question, uh, I got nothing.
So nothing really surprised you about men? Nothing that
Y'all
you've
crazy.
learned in time
Y'all
that
all crazy. That y'all all alike in some sense, but different. And it's but at the end of the day, just like some women, I hear guys talk about how crazy we are. So it just go both ways. We all got baggage that we bring into relationships, and and a lot of times that's what it is, whether the relationship succeed or not. You dealing with your past trauma, baby mama, all of that.
you
So
feel like you know more about men than or less about men now than you used
more,
to.
more,
You do know more about men now. So
yeah.
what's something about that you learned about us that surprised you in particular? It's easy to say we all crazy or we're
I,
all alike, but what's name
I
something
got
in particular?
I got a lot of guy friends, and they all say that they want to feel needed.
Hmm.
You know, uh, they want to come home to be, from the world. They want peace. You know, don't just say I take the trash out, honey. I need you to take the trash out. You know, I feel needed. That's what they say. You know, they soft. You guys are soft. I got some guy friends that actually cry. And you guys are sensitive. It's just you guys try to hold up a prestige, like you know you're not supposed to cry, but it's okay to cry.
Hmm. Absolutely. I said on one of the pods one time, I'm a sensitive man.
Yeah,
I initially said emotional,
yeah,
and then I had to correct myself because I'm not an emotional guy, but I am a sensitive guy. And she was like, "Well, well, what you mean because no, I would admit if I was emotional. Most men are not very emotional. That's part of our problem. But I am sensitive. You just have to learn how to deal with your sensitivity because that's not sensitive. Sensitivity is not something that is highly regarded amongst men, and the problem is it's not necessarily highly regarded amongst women either. So that's why I think a lot of men suppress or attempt to hide the fact that they're sensitive. And
yeah,
they deal with their stuff by acting out and doing childish and immature things. Because from the time most of us are very young, we're taught as men to suppress our emotions and hide how we feel. So I think that takes a toll. And then you get to a point or you're finally ready to expose the fact that you do have a heart, you do have feelings, you do have sensitivity, and you mess around and do that in front of the wrong woman, and she'll make you regret it. So hopefully that's not how you responded when your guy friends showed their sensitive side.
Nah, nah. I'm
How do
sensitive.
you respond?
I listen because
Okay.
a lot of times you guys just want to be heard. So I just listen. Sometimes you want to be heard, and then sometimes you might want my opinion, and sometimes you want to just vent, you know?
Right. Do you have, are those drawings and pictures, is that artwork for sale? Do you have it on display? Do you sell it, or do you just
I
do
do it
it just like
for
for,
fun, but I will sell it.
but you don't really, that's not your, okay. But how many works, how many pieces of art do you have?
Mm, uh, not paintings, but like I do a lot of artwork with cardboard. I got like props, like I've done baby showers, and I did a lion out of cardboard. I did a monkey out of cardboard, um, a giraffe. Um, I did a guy breakdancing cardboard. So yeah, I did
So
a
what do you do with your art?
I did an '80s party,
Okay.
and I did a lot of stuff by hand.
So what happens after you create the art? What do you do with it?
I trash it or give it away. Some of I
Okay.
still of it. I still have some of it downstairs, but you know, if it's too bulky or whatever, my living situation, I think when I did that, it wasn't room for it. You know, I kept it for a little while, then I end up because I can recreate it. That's nothing. You know, it's nothing.
Right.
Hmm. So, but I'm in construction right now. I drive
Hmm.
I drive heavy equipment. Um,
That's different.
I've been doing it about 3 years. I started out as a
You enjoy doing that?
I do.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
You started out as a what? I'm sorry.
a flagger, a flagger. Yeah,
So you're around a lot of men, like often, all the time, every day.
all the time. I say I don't fraternize with the guys I work with. I get them off the
Okay.
line.
That's that's a good policy.
Hmm.
That's a good policy. It's old school, but dating people that you work with, dating people that you live around, like in your neighborhood or your apartment complex, not
That's a no,
ideal.
no, no.
Not ideal.
Mm-mm.
Um, yeah, that could go wrong in several ways. Now for every, you know, few people that avoid it or don't do it, there's somebody that, yeah, I met my husband at work. We've been happily married for, 10 years, 20 years, like, or met him at at a cookout in the neighborhood. And so it can happen.
Right,
But if it goes left, it can go way left because of the fact that you're in close proximity or you're in a professional setting or you're forced to see this individual consistently,
right.
when a lot of times the best way to get over somebody when you're breaking up is that you're not seeing them and you're not talking to them, and that gives you the time and space that you need to heal. So I definitely wouldn't recommend it.
No. One guy said, I'll quit my job. I was like, you crazy. So he can date me. I was like, you crazy.
I mean, if he didn't really have a tenure
He,
there, if he had
he
only,
talking up there again. They just talk because we got moved to different locations. So I'm not seeing you every day. We two different locations. So what happened to that energy? You know?
so when y'all moved to different locations, he
Yeah,
stopped pursuing you, so to speak.
yeah.
Okay, so you think he was only kind of coming at you because y'all just happened to be working together?
Yeah, you just passing the time away, flirting with me every day. So now,
Okay,
if it was so serious, why you not calling me? Like you know what I'm saying? Like if you was so interested.
right. That's fair. I've done it, and I've done it, and it's gone. I've had interesting experiences, but it's my policy. I don't do that. I'm not really gonna date a woman I work with. Not really gonna see a woman that lives near me. I just keep it like that, you know.
Yeah,
But hey, works for some people.
yeah.
Um, the type of man that you are looking for, the type of man that you want, right?
Mhm.
If he were to say to you, and women, a lot of y'all, a lot of women, y'all, they get in their feelings, but I don't care. Um, why should that man be interested in you? What is it about you that you feel is going to enhance and enrich his life by making you his wife?
I would say that I am the prize. You know, I'm a team player. I
We don't do that pride. We don't do that pride stuff over here. We don't do none of that stuff over here. We don't bring that stuff. You can feel like you're a prize, and that's fine. You can be a prize. I'm not concerned about the prize. That's just an intangible statement that
yeah
women use to big up themselves, and that's fine. You can feel that way. That's cool.
yeah that's
What
me.
do you what qualities and characteristics would you say that you would be able to offer that man? Because he's offering protection and provision, and I know you're
Yeah,
gonna want a man. You have these qualities and these requirements, which is fine, absolutely cool. But it's okay for a guy to have standards as well, right? And for guys to want certain things. So besides being this, arbitrary, oh, I'm a prize. Oh, okay. So
I
what
am
qualities and characteristics? Okay. So what qualities and characteristics would you say that you would bring to a relationship that say, hey, as a wife, I'm this and that, and this is why my husband is blessed to have me?
because I will be a friend, uh, his cheerleader, supporter, mentally, physically. Let's do this. You know, that type of attitude. That's what I try to have with my marriage. You know, it was like I was doing all the pulling and you sitting down, you know. But I'm open to meeting someone who's all those characteristics I mentioned earlier. And we can take off and get our own business, you know, uh, travel, you know, it's the world is ours and we'll grow old together.
I love it. I love it. Do you have positive hope that, like, obviously you still feel like there's good dudes out here. There's a man out there for you that knows how to treat you right and that knows what it means to be a kingdom husband or a quality husband. How have you been able to maintain that attitude, that perspective, when a lot of what we see and hear about relationships and specifically about men can be negative, especially when it comes to how maybe some of your friend girls maybe discuss it or some of the people on social media discuss relationships. How have you been able to keep a positive attitude and perspective?
For myself, uh, I just know for myself, I demand I am enough. I'm enough. So uh, with me knowing my self worth, I don't really. I tell my girlfriends, you got to know that you're enough, and you got to love yourself first and foremost. If you don't love yourself, you'll tolerate a lot of BS. And I love myself so much to I'm allergic to the BS, and so you know, 50 when you get 51, you can smell it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have time. Like I don't have time for it. So I try to encourage my lady friends, don't tolerate it if they're not, coming to the table the right way. Don't allow them to sell you short, you know, and waste your time. So you gotta have a little, sternness about me. Sternness is how I deal with it, because
I agree.
either you take me as I am and I'll take you, and if not, swipe left.
If you have to have mentality, if this person never changes, can I deal with this individual? Now, we're gonna change. We're gonna change for the better. In some ways, we'll probably change, and men and women will probably change in ways that, man, she does this now and she didn't used to, and I don't love it. Or she doesn't do this and she used to, and I don't love it. And I think that's just natural. Um, but change is inevitable. You can change without taking your partner for granted. You can change and still give them what they need, what they fell in love with, what they desire and require as far as their love languages being met consistently, right? In a relationship. Now, how would you say one would go about doing that? I know that's a tough question. I'm kind of putting you on the spot with that, but from your experience, what you've been through, what you've heard, what you've seen, how do you think we avoid taking one another for granted in relationships 5, 10, 25 years down the road, and we're still happy and we're still communicating effectively and we're still in love and I'm still giving you that respect and treating you like I'm still trying to win you. You know what I'm saying?
Effective communication, uh, compromise, and trust. That's all you need.
How important is it to you to develop a friendship and become a friend
You got to
with
be
your
a
partner to be? Yeah,
friend. Friends first.
yeah.
Friends first. And when we get together, I don't need you trying to be my daddy. You know what I'm saying? I don't need another daddy. We friends. We best friends. We best friends. And if I'm doing something you don't like, let's talk about it. If you doing something I don't like, let's talk about it. My past relationship, I'm the one that always want to talk. Let's talk, because if we don't talk about it, we can't solve the problem. But that relationship, he go mute. I didn't get it. Like, I'm trying to talk about us, but he has never had nothing to say. And I was like, okay, I got to do something radical then, because we not fixing the problem because you don't want to talk about it. And I'm open for change. Like, if I'm doing something, like, is it me? Is it something I need to do? Like, I'm that type of chick. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I think one of the most difficult. We used to hear all of these songs. Me and you were the same. We around the same age, and we came up on all of these love songs, and they talked about being a friend. You have to be a friend first. Next time I
Yeah.
make her a friend, right? And I never really understood what the purpose and point. They said it, and it sounded good, but I never really understood what the purpose and point of it was. And then as I got older, and I started to doing it, it was like, okay, there are things that you can say to your best friend. You should be able to share with your best friend. You can be open, you can be vulnerable, you can tell the truth, you can be honest, and it's okay. But we get to a point where, well, I like this person, so I can't say this or that, or I don't want to hurt this person, so I shouldn't say this or that. You can respectfully be honest. You can be honest respectfully in a way with a friend, more so typically than you can with a lover. And I think that's where we get into trouble, because when we start to incorporate, we start to add the uh, emotionalism, if you will, the affection of the romance. then we start to kind of get twisted, and we don't want to be as forthcoming for various reasons. But if you keep that person in a perspective of, okay, this is my best friend, you can tell your best friend stuff that you can't tell anybody else. And I
Right.
think when you have a solid relationship, it really matters, and I think it'll really help in the end.
Exactly. And that's how I am. I'm a straight shooter. And if you know me, you know, whatever come up gonna come out. But a lot of it is not to hurt. It's like I gotta say it. I gotta say it because if I keep it bottled up, that it'll be a problem. So I say it, and then you take whatever, you take and dissect it or whatever. But I have to say it. Maybe that's what I have to say to spark the conversation. But to keep it 100, or but yeah, you have to be able to talk to your forever person about any and everything, and laugh about nothing, and inside jokes, because you guys know you just that intertwined, yeah.
The two of y'all against the world.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
how do you draw the line between being real, being upfront, being keeping it 100, right? We're gonna keep it a buck, but we're still gonna be respectful.
Right.
And there's a way that so how are you able to maintain? How are you able to keep from overstepping that line from time to time, as we can tend to do
my
sometimes?
my delivery, the delivery and the tone, uh it could be respectful but still impactful. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a lot of time it be your delivery and your tone. So with that in mind, you don't want to come off as that one. So, but at the same time, I need you to know this. Yeah,
Now, what would you want to say? And I'm gonna get you out of here. A couple more questions. I'm gonna get you out of here. And well, I guess your friends decided not to join us tonight, but that's okay.
that's
Um,
okay.
what would you say to some of the ladies out here, or men, who want to express themselves but don't necessarily have that delivery down packed, that smooth delivery like you, and they can present something in an honest and impactful way, but still deliver it respectfully? What would your advice be to them?
Put yourself in the, in other words, treat people like you want to be treated. So you got to think, how can I say this? Because if it was me, this is how I would say it. So you have to put yourself in that, you know, place, and deliver it like you would want somebody to say it to you. And just to the lady, to the men out here, if you on the dating site and you say you're single, this is my pet peeve with the dating site. Don't say nothing if you're not gonna say nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Don't say hi. Don't say nothing if that's all you're gonna say. I'd rather for you not to say nothing at all. You know, um, and I don't. It's just if you send. I don't know. We everybody got stuff going on. And it's a different day, and it's a lot going on, and it's just different. It's different, and I don't know. So we're gonna be hopeful. He's out there. I need him to be the yin to my yang, and young at heart.
I love it. I love it. The yin and yang, meaning balance,
Yeah.
reciprocation,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Equality, equity. I love it. That's beautiful. Final words. Final words, Tiana. What would you? I'm sorry, Tawana. Was it? Did I have it right the first time?
Second time. But it's okay.
Okay, my apologies, Tawana. What would you want to say to now? This could be to anybody. This could be just final words, impact, purpose from you, from your heart to the world. Something that's important to you, meaningful to you, something that you want to express, something that you want to let the world know, right? If there was one thing, what would it be?
We as Black people need to stick together. We need each other more now than anything. And it's set up for us to hate and be jealous of each other. But like the Mexicans, they stick together. They stick together. They live, we need to gain that the mentality that they have. They stick together. They don't have to know each other. And my desire is for us as Black people to come together, because like now we need each other more than we have ever needed each other. And what we don't know is, if they fear us, why we don't know it yet. Why they fearing us? It's something we got that we don't know we got. You know, what is it? So we need to know that we are powerful. We are powerful people, and we are asleep. We sleep, and it's sad.
The crazy thing is they told us being woke was something negative. They demonized woke.
That's
They
what they
did
want.
with the woke. They did with the word woke what we did with the word nigger, right? Not that
Yeah,
I approve or I love black people going around calling each other nigger, my nigger, this, that, and other. But I understand they tried to use it to hurt us, and we flipped it, and
yeah,
we use it as a term mostly
yeah.
of how we associate one another. And they
And then,
took the word woke and they demonized it when
mhm.
we know that all it really means is to be aware and to be conscious of what's going on around you.
Yeah, we know what it
And so
means.
what we're gonna do, we are going to stay woke
Yeah, stay woke.
forever. We are going to stay woke, and we are going to come together, unified, allied. We're going to do what we need to do. We're going to stay strong. We're not going to allow ourselves to be oppressed or restricted or demonized or bullied. We're going to continue to stay on the path that we're on and becoming the people that we're meant to be, God's
Yes,
people.
yes.
And I'm not, I'm gonna speak for myself, and I'm not speaking for T right now. I'm speaking for B
Okay.
Wayne, as a man of God, as Christian people. So this goes out to everybody that considers themselves a kingdom individual, a Christian person. I don't care whether you are black or white or blue or brown or whatever have you. Now, as black people, we got our own stuff, and we're gonna talk about that too going forward. But as Christian people, if you consider yourself a Christian person, then you cannot be aligned and satisfied with what you see going on, and you know what I'm talking about. And you
Mm-hmm.
cannot serve two masters. You either
Mm-hmm.
serve the king or you serve the people. And you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to make up your mind at some point in time which one it's gonna be. Last words, T. Last words. The floor is yours, T. I'm not even gonna get started.
I
The
love
floor, the floor is yours.
I love everybody, and we need more love, more love, and caring, compassion
Amen.
for each other.
Amen.
Regardless, we don't have to know each other. Just we need to love each other. There's so much hate right now, and my favorite person is out there. I'm waiting on you.
You heard him. Reach out to her through the comments. Send her a direct message. bwaynepresents at gmail.com. She's waiting on you, fellas. Get at her. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
All right.